So welcome with Dr. Take It Easy, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic, mental health. A lot of people say they've got anxiety, they've got depression, but really it all comes down to mental health. We use this word very commonly, but not many of us understand what mental health is. So we're going to talk about this in a quick presentation, and if you have any comments, feedback, please send them down below, and I'll promise I'll respond to every single one of them. So my name's Dr. Rishi Shompal and Dr. Take It Easy, and in this podcast and in this show we're going to talk about what mental health is. So what is mental illness? We discussed this before, but mental illness is a mental health condition that has a negative impact on the way an individual thinks. Sometimes they're thinking about money, relationships, problems at work or at home, or an accident they had. Could be a number of things. And how they feel. They can sometimes be upset, they could be crying, anxious, and then ultimately how they behave. So in summary, it's a mental health condition that has a negative impact on the way an individual thinks, feels, and behaves. So, what is mental health? Mental health is, as we talked about, how we think, feel, and act. But it's really important to remember, just as physical health is important, how we exercise, how much cholesterol we have in our body, how much iron we have, mental health is just as important as physical health. And everyone needs to take care of it, and everyone has it. It is important to understand this because it actually impacts how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and what choices we make, whether they're good or bad choices. Good mental health means being generally able to think, feel, and react in the ways that you need and want to live your life. I'm going to break it down very simply. Mental health. What it is and what it isn't. Let's think about it. Let's go through the negatives first. It isn't a sign of weakness. It isn't shameful. It's not a question of being all in your mind. It's not always something that is negative. And you can always be able to decide what you want and what you don't want. It's not fixed and it's not fake. What mental health is, it's very important. Something everyone has, whether you're the strongest businessman in the world or woman, to anyone on the street. Everyone has this. And it's intrinsically linked to how you're feeling. It's worth making time for. It's part of being human. It's something we need to look after. And it has both positive and negative effects. It is changeable, it's quite complex, and it's definitely real. So the next question is, why is mental health important? Well, we touched on this briefly, but essentially there are 5 key points with this. Number 1, mental health is important because it allows you to discover and grow towards your full potential or true potential. Your dreams and ambitions can only be achieved when you have the correct state of mind to do that. Performing to your true potential is directly linked to your healthy mind. Number 2, make good life choices. When you have good mental health, you make a better sense of understanding situations, and you know for sure how to differentiate between well-informed decisions and impulsive decisions. Number 3, handle the natural ups and downs in life. Taking life as it comes becomes really easy when you are in a good state of mind. No situation is too easy or too difficult when you are mentally fit. Number 4, you are able to maintain a physical health and well-being. Eating disorders, obesity, and many other physical health issues are triggered because of an imbalance in mental health. Number 5, it's important to have good mental health because you can maintain good, healthy relationships. The most saddening consequences of an unhealthy mind is that all relationships suffer. Family or friends, you tend to have unhealthy relationships with everyone around you. So the next question is, what are the mental health issues that are around? Well, there's a number of mental health issues. They are anxiety, depression, PTSD, that's post-traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenia, bipolar, eating disorders, OCD, paranoia. These are some of the key health issues which are important to address. So an important question we often get asked as doctors is it just me that's crazy, or is everyone having mental health problems? A lot of the time on Instagram and on social media, a lot of people appear invincible, but that's not the case. And there are a number of factors that makes one more prone to mental health issues. Number one, the environment, the place we live and work and our relationships. Number two, our biology. And number three, our experiences. Mental health problems can have a wide range of causes. It's likely that for many people, there's a complicated combination of factors, although different people may be more deeply affected by certain things than others. As discussed before, there is an element of family history where people who have got a history of anxiety or depression are more prone to these kind of mental health issues, so it's important to be more prudent or more aware of those things. The other issue or thing which is important are experiences. And the following factors can potentially result in a period of poor mental health, such as childhood trauma, abuse or neglect, and physical causes such as a head injury. So these are some things which are important to be aware of. This is an overview, but it's very important to have mental well-being strategies, which we all can work with. The most important one I tell a lot of my patients is to just breathe. We're going to go through this again in a couple of other episodes, but I really recommend something called 3-4-5 breathing. You'll find out more in the next couple of episodes. Number two, meditation apps are very good. There are a lot of free apps. You don't have to necessarily pay for them, and I will be giving tips on those. Number three, to be present in your situation, which is what breathing and meditation does. A good tip sometimes is to write down how you're feeling. By writing it down, it can be a therapeutic way to rationalize and put things in perspective about how you're feeling. Sometimes when we think about things too much, it can make things sound worse. Number five, swim, but essentially do any exercise. I love swimming. I've done a lot of ocean swims, but swimming is a great way to have a non-weight bearing exercise on your body and enabling you to feel refreshed and rejuvenated. Obviously, it's good to talk. So if you have a close family friend, or you have someone you can talk to, or even you can call an anonymous service, these are great ways that can help your mental well-being. Again, I said it before, exercise, which is basically swimming. An important aspect of this is a lot of people's coping mechanisms are to go to drugs or alcohol or tea or coffee or Red Bull or monster drinks, caffeine. In the short term, they can feel like they greatly relieve these symptoms, but actually in the longer term, they can have quite a negative impact on your general mental well-being. And last but not least, obviously talk to your doctor. If things are becoming too much and you need someone to speak to confidentially, I really strongly advise you to talk to your doctor. And like I was saying, the most important thing to remember is 1 in 4 people will experience a mental health illness at some point in their life. And yet there is still something taboo about saying I'm feeling anxious today, or I'm worried, or I'm depressed. So it's very important that everyone who listens to this shouldn't be afraid to speak about how they're feeling and go and seek help if needed. In summary, a very cute picture here, but in summary, a healthy body plus a healthy mind equals a healthy life. So it's important that not only do you worry about your physical symptoms, but you also focus on your mental symptoms. Mental and physical health equals a happier life. So remember, always think, am I feeling okay today? How am I doing? And if you have any doubts or any questions, go seek medical help. Thank you, and stay tuned for more exciting podcasts and shows with Dr. Jean Paul on Dr. Take It Easy with